Hello, everybody. My name is Nicholas Charles Soul, and welcome to another monthly recap video. Now, first thing off the bat, I'm pretty late on this. I was supposed to do this a couple weeks ago, around the start of the first Saturday, when I was trying to set things up, but there was a lot of busy stuff going on that Saturday, as well as the Saturday yesterday. So this month has been pretty busy, at least within July. But I wanted to do this as soon as I could, once I had the time. And a lot of the stuff that I have for June has been unchanged. Like, I have made notes about this, which I can show you briefly within here. A lot of this is unchanged, so I'm going to go down through this. The only things that I'm probably going to change are the stuff that I have played and finished within the games list that I had played during June. But the channel progresses, as well as the summary of the month, and how I feel towards it, is unchanged. So, yeah. I'll go down through it as best as I can. Because it's been a pretty good month, I will say. So, off the bat first was Mortal Sin. Mortal Sin I played for a couple days, mostly as a free time during the streams, mostly as something to like pass the time until Deltarune had come out. But within there, I managed to actually be able to unlock the deck level. I tried that out. It was pretty difficult, mostly because of the projectiles in that level. Like, it was very, like, small projectile difficulty kind of thing, which was weird, looking back at it. But I did manage to beat the last boss that time, though, so I did pretty good on it. So I don't know if I'll return back to it again. It depends on if people want me to or not, but yeah. However, the next game that I played, which was on release date as well, for chapters 3 and 4, was Deltarune. However, I've never played Deltarune chapters 1 and 2, so within the release date, I decided to play all 4 chapters, from chapters 1 to 4. And, of course, similar to Undertale, I started it while trying to be on, like, the good path, or as good as I could get within there. And it was pretty nice. Like, I think Chapter 2 was still my favorite. Chapter 4 was close to it. Chapter 3 was a bit of a... Well, Chapter 1 was pretty slow. Like, I will say that. It was pretty slow in terms of, like, the way the combat felt, but the story was pretty fast. Like, it was like a pretty much quick interaction, or quick introduction within the world of Deltarune. But Chapter 3 was probably one of my least favorites, even though it had a really good character cast of, like, Mr. Antenna. But in terms of, like, story as well as, like, what you were doing and all that stuff, it felt completely pointless. Like, it felt like we went from A to B, only for B to be, like, this big roaring night twist or whatever. Which was a little disappointing, I will say. But I did have my fun with some of the minigames as best as I could. And with Antenna as well. But I managed to beat the game within good mood, and so I practically did the entire thing again. Replaying chapters 1 to 4, only this time within an evil path, creating a persona, a Zolmaestro within this whole thing. A little bit of a silly idea, but I wanted to try an evil route within this game because I know within Deltarune or within Undertale there was like two paths that you could take, one of a pacifist and the other of a genocide. So I figured since I beat the game within a good path, I would probably beat it within an evil path. Basically fighting everybody, not recruiting a single person if I could. And there are times where I had no choice but to act, but most cases I just kept fighting and all that. And I did do the Snowgrave route, trying to make sure I did it right within both Chapter 2 and also the new one within Chapter 4. And the evil path was kind of fun, not gonna lie. And this time I actually managed to finish this evil path, uncompared to Genocide, where I was hard-locked with Sans and wasn't motivated to continue any further because of that fight. But yeah, the whole month of June was practically Deltarune at that point for the streams. But it had a lot of good stuff into it. Like, I enjoyed the gameplay. The gameplay was fun. The story is still a bit of a weird mixture. Mostly because it's unfinished. Like, the story is unfinished. So I don't really have any, like, conclusive thoughts on, like, it as a whole. Mostly within its individual chapters are sort of my thoughts within it. The reason why I ranked it within a different certain amount and all that stuff. But, yeah. I think Deltarune was a good game. And I hope that the next chapter, as well as the chapters after that, will be good too. But I heard that the new chapter will be released within the next year or so, which I will play once it comes out. So, both within good and bad. So, hopefully you can look forward to that as well if you've been watching the streams. And the only game after that was A Hat in Time, which was suggested by a viewer and a follower to the channel, who is also a moderator now within the channel. And the game was A Hat in Time. And this was sort of like a 3D platformer type of game. It definitely was heavily inspired by Super Mario 64 from the way it felt and played. And there was a lot of good stuff to it. The music was pretty good. The secret levels were pretty fun. There was some nice little side content stuff that I enjoyed doing as well within it. And I managed to beat all the base game as well as the DLCs. Seal the Deal and the Cat Metro City, whatever, thingamajig. And I think that game was pretty fun as well. It was definitely a certain vibe to it, a kid vibe to it, so it was a bit weird for me trying to get used to. Mostly because it felt like a kid game. Like, if I would suggest this game to anyone, I would probably suggest it to my nieces and nephews, so I wouldn't suggest it to anyone else within my age unless they're looking for, like, a good 3D platformer. And I would probably suggest it if they were looking for one, so regardless, I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope people who checked it out or watched it enjoyed it as well. And outside of that, outside of the games, there were a couple or two things that I was doing outside of that. One of them was reacting to the Summer Games Fest thing. That was much earlier within June. And my thoughts on it are a bit mixed. Like, there were a lot of games that I'll probably never play. There were only like 3 games that were like, ooh, that's interesting to me. Like, a couple of games that actually caught my eye, but the rest of it was just junk. Like, just either junk or just Unreal Engine slop. like, I hate Unreal Engine 5 games because of the way it runs and the way that people optimize it mechanically. Like, I like the way that they make it look visually. The problem is the way that it acts mechanically, like to people's PCs as well as the game itself, of how it runs. Like, that's my biggest issue with Unreal Engine 5, so if I do get suggested a game that requires Unreal Engine 5, you know I'm going to be rough on it. Or I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on any type of differences within the gameplay. So, outside of the reaction thingamajig, I did the VDR time, which I now call it, the VTuber design rating. And this month I was reviewing the VShoujo VTubers, both the English and Japanese. There were two different types. And that video actually did pretty well, surprisingly. Which I have a bit mixed feelings of, because, again, doing this kind of rating system is a little outside of my comfort zone. But I did manage to make a better, like, rating system for all of it, which I can probably show within the video as well. This is the rating system I pretty much made for it. And I have an extra copy of the ones that I did for the the VDR time video, but if you haven't seen that or the results of it, I highly recommend you check it out. It's in the channel. You'll probably see it at some point, but yeah. From now on, I'm going to be using this system, and the way that I have been trying to use it as well as trying to determine in my head of what fits within not only my personal opinion, but also the way that it looks in style as well. Like, my judging within these can be pretty blunt at times, so I try to be as detailed as I can be, which might cause some mixed feelings with some people, but it's my thing. I'm gonna do it regardless, and I'll most likely do it at the end of this month as well. So, if people actually enjoy that, then look forward to that next time. But yeah, that's all the content that I've done within June, and yeah. So now I want to go back to the progress with the channels, and this is some of the unchanged stuff. And one of them was followers. For Twitch followers, within the time of the end of June, I reached 84 followers within Twitch. In YouTube subscribers, I had reached 12. Within Twitter followers, I've reached 84, which is the same as the Twitch followers, bleh, which is surprising. And for Blue Sky followers, I had reached 6 around that time. Like, all of those things have been unchanged within the notes. It's probably changed now, but this is what it was within the June, by the end of June. So that was pretty much unchanged. And the summary of how I put this month was that some of it was kind of tiring. Like, some of it felt a little, like, forced within the first month, and trying to get through that as best as I could. But after I got started with Deltarune and doing some of the other stuff afterwards, it started to become a lot more enjoyable. And I think it's because I'm starting to get more people to watch the streams, as well as people enjoying it as well. And trying my best to interact with them as best as I could. So, I'm glad it all went well. Like, I think by the end of the month, everything went very smoothly, which was pretty much the opposite within some of the previous months, I think. But it was a bit of a funny thing. So, July so far has been going pretty well. Like, in terms of some of the new stuff that July has to offer, I've been recently been playing Amori, which was one of the new games that I played within July that I would say that I would. And it's also another thing that has been suggested by another viewer for me to play. So, with that game, I've been enjoying it, but I'll give my review on that within the July monthly recap, which I will try my best to be on time. But the other games that I'm probably going to be trying out, one of them is a game within July 17th called He Is Coming. It is a pixel roguelike type of game that had caught my eye, and it's something that I wanted to try out once it came out. So, I hope that it'll be fun? Question mark? Like, I'll definitely try it day one, see how I feel about it, and if I enjoy it, I'll probably play more of it. But the other game that I will definitely be playing is a game called the Ninja Gaiden Rebound, and that is around the release of July 31st. And this is a game that's made by the same developers who made Blasphemous and Blasphemous 2. And the way it looks and the way it's styled, I think it would be pretty cool to play out. I do like some difficult Metroidvanias sometimes, so hopefully this one will turn out pretty good as well. And another thing that I will be trying out as well is trying to see what viewers suggest or recommend within the new Discord, which I will be putting a link to and talk about soon. But any games that people will try and suggest and stuff like that, I'll try my best to see if I can play it, if it can run on my PC and all that. And hopefully there'll be some good stuff coming forward within July as well, in terms of games. I don't know what date the VTuber thing will be, so that'll be something I'll probably have to post on Twitter for. Who knows? But after that, there have been outside stuff that I've been working on. Like one of them that I teased within this talk was the Discord. I've made an official Discord server, which I'm going to be posting an invite link within the description as best as I can. I don't know how it works specifically, but I'll try my best to link it within the description. If not, I'll try and find a different way to have people be able to invite. And this is mostly for people who watch the streams, who follow me, and all that other stuff. But within those tabs, I have different types of tabs of it for like memes, music, and etc. But also the game suggestions tab that people would suggest a game for me to play on stream and all that stuff. But if you have a suggestion outside of Discord that you want to put to it, you can either leave a comment within one of my VOD videos or within my stream whenever I'm live. So that is what I have new within that. Outside of streams, another thing I've been working on as well is artwork for my stream characters. And this is something that I mentioned within my streams as well for anyone who's been watching. I've been exercising back at that again. But the other thing that's been important is that I've been trying to work on my stream characters for the channel, which I have teased about since the start of coming back to streaming and all that. But I'm finally trying to work on that now and see how best as I can do with that. So hopefully it'll be good. And this month I'm working on the Soul Crab, which I have showed progress within some of the Twitch streams that I've been doing. So hopefully that will go well. And hopefully I get it done by the end of the month. If not, I might have to extend it. But after I finish the Soul Crab, it'll be another character and then another character. But I've already mentioned the order within my streams past that as well. But if you want to know about it, check out the streams. But yeah, that is pretty much a summary of June, which I've tried to keep unchanged within the notes and all of that as best as I could. And I hope that was pretty entertaining for the people who were into the streams. I'm a little bit in a rush because there's something going on outside the room that's... I don't know what is going on out there. I don't know, but I hope it shuts up at some point. But either way, I'm excited with how July is going. And I've been having a lot of fun with the streams, and I'll try my best to do the July recap as soon as I can compared to how late I was with the June video. So hopefully it'll go swimmingly, and hopefully the games that I play within that will be as enjoyable, which one of them has been, which has been Amori, and something that I'll be playing tomorrow as well in the time that I've made this video. So yeah, that is everything. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the Soulman video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to all my followers and subscribers. And I will see you all within the next monthly recap video or within my streams. Bye-bye.